Bacterial cells do not divide by meiosis and mitosis. Instead, most bacteria grow asexually by a process known as binary fission. In this process, the bacterium copies its chromosome, elongates, and splits off into two daughter bacteria with a genetic makeup identical to the parental bacterium. Each daughter cell can continue the doubling process. This process happens rapidly, so the number of bacteria present in a solution can increase very quickly. When dormant bacteria are transferred to a fresh medium with plenty of nutrients, they spend some time switching their metabolic machinery from the dormant state to an actively growing state. The lag phase can last from less than an hour to days, depending on the species of bacteria. During the log phase, or exponential growth phase, the bacteria are actively undergoing binary fission. During the log phase, the bacteria double their numbers every generation period. The generation period can range from 20 minutes to days, depending on the species. As long as there are plenty of nutrients and little waste buildup, the bacteria will continue growing exponentially. It is convenient to represent the growth of the bacteria on a logarithmic graph, because the number of bacteria increase very rapidly with each subsequent generation. When the log of the number of cells is plotted versus the generation, the graph is linear. After the bacteria have grown for a while, and they are starting to deplete the nutrients in the growth medium, some of the cells begin to die. The stationary phase is reached when the number of new cells equals the number of cells that are dying. After the bacteria have depleted most of their nutrients and their waste buildup is getting too great, the bacteria begin to die in larger numbers than are made. If the death phase is carried on for a long time, most of the cells will die. If a cell is to survive, it must switch its metabolism back to a dormant state because there are not enough nutrients available for any more growth.
of the environment surrounding the food important, it affects the water activity of the food. Food has low water activity, need a storage condition of low humidity. Food will attempt to reach equilibrium with environment, so will pick up water from the environment if of a low water activity. Food with high water activity will lose moisture to low humidity environment. Aerobic organisms require oxygen above 12%. Oxygen can be lethal to anaerobes. Some organisms require carbon dioxide in certain levels. Gases inhibit microorganisms by a direct toxic effect that can inhibit growth, by modifying the gas composition, indirect inhibitory effects by altering the ecology of the microbial environment. Bacteriocins, chemical compounds produced by microorganisms that inhibit other microorganisms. Antibiotics, secondary metabolites produced by microorganisms that inhibit or kill a wide spectrum of microorganisms.